doing something a little bit different with the video today. I was recognizing this morning that there's this interesting contradiction that we're all facing at this moment. We're all secluded. We are containing ourselves in our home and doing this social distancing thing, and yet we're all doing it together, right? So that's kind of interesting to think about. We are all in this together as a community, really as a world, trying to navigate and figure out what all this looks like. And I'm just wondering, what is the story that we're going to tell over time as this progresses? As we look back on it years from now and tell the stories of the time that we were all quarantined, is it going to be a story that just kind of goes, oh yeah, we had to stay at home with our kids for several months and figure out how to homeschool them and how to work out of home and sort all these things out, or is it going to be a story of redemption and revelation and maybe even revolution in our hearts and in the way that we connect with one another, the value of community and the process of healing through such a time as this. So it got me thinking a little bit about one of God's promises, which we find in Jeremiah 29:11, where God says, "For I know the plans that I have for you, plans for a hope and a future, plans to prosper you and not to harm you." And that is a great promise of God, and one that I return to and reflect on often. And yet, like a lot of God's promises, it doesn't come as just a blanket promise. It's an invitation for us to participate in our life with God, to participate with Him in close, intimate relationship, to bring those promises into reality. And I know that in one of those ways that He calls us to over and over again is in community. It's through the body of Christ, right? And I'm not talking about just our churches, just our regular churches that gather on a regular basis. Yes, it is that. But beyond that is the body of believers that comes together to share gifts, to share goodness, and to share hardships and struggles. And then for that body to pour in to the members that need it, to give of itself. And through that giving and through that supporting comes healing. And so we're doing something. You're going to hear a little bit more from myself and some of the other Trailhead folks about these online group communities that we're creating. And they're very intentional. We're not just going to get together and hang out and share stories about things that are going on, but we're going to try and lead. We're going to try and counsel and coach on some different areas. Chad Webb is going to lead a group of high school students who are struggling with this idea that their rites of passage have kind of been stripped away during this time, and it's quite a hardship and quite a struggle because so many things that they've been working toward, they're seeing just vanish before their eyes, and they're trying to figure out what their new life is going to mean. I'm going to be leading a group called Breakthrough, and that's more adult oriented for those of us that find ourselves in a place right now where we are home, the world has changed, we're in a different place, and there's this inner conflict. Part of us wants to just turn inward and escape and run away from this, and the other part looks at it as like, wow, maybe there's an opportunity here. Maybe there's an opportunity to look at myself and some things that need to be cleaned up and healed and better understood, and then when we come through this out the other side, as we break through, hopefully we'll break out into something new. So we're going to be inviting you into those. You can go to our page at trailheadchristian.com. There's a tab that says Our Offerings, and then it says Online Groups. And so we would love to connect with you that way. I want to leave you with one sort of final thought on this. There's a great song out right now called Waymaker. And the chorus of it goes, you are a waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness. My God, that is who you are. And He is a miracle worker. He is a promise keeper. He is a light in the darkness. We need to invite Him into that. We need to ask Him to do those things. And again, that goes back to that idea of relationship through participation. We participate with God through prayer, through meditation on His Word, spending time with Him, quality time with Him, and also with one another. And so we want to create an opportunity here to draw everybody into that and have an experience together as a community that where we can build one another up, we can equip one another, and we will actually grow, and we will be stronger through this because we really are in this together. God bless you. I look forward to talking to you soon. Check our website, and we'll be getting more information out there to you. See you.